a very disturbing and pathetic case involving the kidnap of one Job Epo Jonathan. Job Epo Jonathan is a dispatch rider with Glory Master Logistics. They major largely in the distribution of Forever Living products. Job was detailed by his company to go and deliver Forever Living products to someone who had ostensibly ordered for these products online. Job, first of all, rode his bike to Ikorodu, and eventually he was directed to proceed to Shagamu, not knowing that he was walking into a kidnapper's den. On arriving at the location, which turned out to be a church, Job was, not only did they collect the Forever Living products, they immediately took Job hostage. This gang is led by Pastor Adetokunbo Adenokpo, 52 years old man of God, who is the pastor and the general overseer of New Life Church of God, located at Lukosi town in Shagamu local government area. The pastor had built a beautiful underground cabin within his church premises, and that was where Job was held throughout the period he was in their captivity. When Job was taken hostage and he began to struggle, the pastor, who clearly is neither a doctor, nor a nurse, nor a certified health worker, administered an anesthesia forcefully on Job, a product known as ketamine was injected onto Job's body, and Job went into unconscious. The funny thing here is that, as you will hear from the pastor shortly, he actually told detectives that he's into charity works. And the purpose of embarking on this kidnap is actually to raise money to expand his charity so that he can give free food to people, palliatives to people, buy ram for Ilea for people. And then we begin to wonder, this is a classical case of robbing Peter to pay Paul.
On the 17th of July, around 4 p.m. So on my getting to Ikorodu, I called the man. The address he gave to me is no longer there. He told me that he's another way, somewhere in NNPC. And I went there, I called him. He said he ordered one of his boys to come and pick me. When the boy came to me and he called my line, because I doesn't know the boy, he doesn't know me. He called me, I picked my call. Immediately I saw the boy, I waved my hand, the boy saw me. he walked towards me. And he came, he said that the pastor said I should bring me to his place. I said, okay. He now entered my bike. I went inside the office. They now asked me to drop the item on the table. I dropped the item on the table. On my lifting of my head from where I bent down to drop the item, they held me with the rope, the wire on my throat. I now struggle and fight, and he held me down again. That is how the pastor now injected me, and I fell unconscious. Some group of men come into the very place I lined down. They told me that there were policemen. I turned back and looked at them. I started crying. In the next 30 minutes again, the stick entered into that underground again. They came to me, like play, like joke. They opened the padlock. They came inside. They now held me. They untied my hand. They now drag me from that inside of that underground, come closer to themselves. They now see the rope, other rope bind round about my leg. That is how they drag me from there out.
Adetukumbo Adenopo, 52 years old. I'm 22 years in ministry now. Back in 2014, I was also ordained a pastor, a resident pastor in Living Faith Chapel, which I have resigned to start my ministry because I was not having free will to do the charity I'm doing in my own present ministry now. A few weeks ago, we were short of funds. And the idea of doing something during the Ileya, not looking, because I don't look at mostly Christians alone. I do anybody that comes to me. So the idea of me doing something for Ileya so that we can get some bags of rice, beans, and gari, and palm oil, maybe if they have gone there, they will still see a lot of them on ground there, which we share remaining. So then probably with a ram, which we can cut as small as it is, any person that we can give, they must be poor. So that was why we now thought about the idea of why not getting money from these rich companies and then raise money from it, then we use it to buy this thing. That money could actually start this project. One thing where we have not been informed also is that I also designed a kind of website so that when these projects are going on, people can take it. It's called Pure Art. You know, in Winners, we do this medical outreach. So when I started my ministry, I was interested because my main target is welfare. So I was interested. Winners is not involved in this by any means. What you see there was my own portion from the medical outreach when I was in Winners. It was always hanged in my office there with Bishop Yeteko's photo. It has nothing to do with Winners. So when this man came in, before the man, I used to check people's health when I want to help people in treatment. I used to get there. So when he came in, I used the stethoscope to go and check his health. And I went there. On the two occasions I went there, I asked of his health. He told me his health. I checked him. He told me he was feeling some pain. I said, okay. I said, what else did you need? So I went out and get painkillers, these painkillers in packet, which they sell 400 and something, with Bisham from the pharmacies.
My name is Chigozie William. I'm from Abia State, Omaya North, and I'm 22 years. So I was employed to the pastor's church as a compound security every night. So the pastor invited the delivery man to deliver drugs for him. On the line, the pastor said that he wants to collect money from the company to buy bags of rice and other things for the layer, which I supported him. And I asked him a question that how long is the man going to stay? He said, after this month, if there is no money bring out, that will release the man. And I supported him too. So when the man came, we tried to bring the man down. We paid the man down, and pastor injected him. When pastor injected him, he gave us instruction to take the man to the underground, and it's called special guest house. The pastor, we made arrangements for ₦1 million, and we told the pastor that it's too much. The pastor said that the delivery man is a poor man, and I have no money. So 500,000 for the man and 500,000 for the occasion.